Hey everyone, my name is Levi I'm an active duty sergeant in the Marine Corps and I help people manage and grow their savings. Today we're diving deep into everything that you need to know about the TSP loans, from how they work to the hidden costs. And by the end of the video, you'll have the clarity to decide whether or not a TSP loan is the right choice for you. The TSP isn't just a savings account. It's a retirement tool designed to grow your money over time using the power of compound interest. And the goal is to ensure that you have enough to live on when you're no longer earning a paycheck. Borrowing from it may seem like a quick fix, but every dollar that you take out today could cost you thousands in future retirement income if you're not careful. That's why it's so important to understand both the benefits and the risks before making a decision. So with that being said, let's get started. Now, starting with the TSP loan eligibility. To take a TSP loan, you have to meet 3 basic requirements, so let's break them down. Number 1, you have to be an active federal employee or member of the uniformed services. So if you separated or retired, loans are off the table. You have to be in a pay status because your loan repayments come directly out of your paycheck. Number 2, you need to at least have $1,000 in your TSP account to ensure that there's enough collateral to actually back up your loan. And number 3, you can't apply for a new TSP loan if you've just paid one off within the last 30 days. So now that you know if you qualify or not, let's talk about the 2 types of loans. Each come with its own cost and timeline, and the first is a general purpose loan. This is the most flexible type, and you can use it for anything like emergencies, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. The catch is that you have to repay it within 5 years. It costs $50 to initiate, and there's no grace period if you fall behind, which we'll talk more about that later. The second type of loan is a primary residence loan, and this is only for buying a house, so no renovations and no refinancing. The payment period ranges from 5 to 15 years, costs $100 to initiate, and you'll need extra paperwork just to prove that you're actually using it for your home purchase. So now that you know which type of loan you'll likely be using, here's how the TSP loan process works step by step. First, you apply for the loan directly through the TSP account at tsp.gov, and it's a pretty straightforward process. Once you're approved, the TSP deducts the loan amount out of your account balance. They also charge that $50 or $100 fee depending on which loan you got. That comes directly out of your account. From there, the repayments, including interest, come out of your paycheck every month. The interest rate is tied to the G-Fund rate at the time of your loan, which can always be found on the TSP website. The pro tip is that you can repay the loan early without any penalties. You just need to contact the TSP to set this up. So let's talk about the potential downsides that you need to know before borrowing from your TSP. Aside from missing out on market participation, you'll experience double taxation. Here's where things get a little bit tricky. When you repay your TSP loan, you're doing so with after-tax dollars. And when you withdraw that money during retirement, it gets taxed again. Essentially, you're being taxed twice on the same dollars. Now, your TSP can be set up in one of 2 ways, either paying taxes now or paying taxes later. And even though you can elect to withdraw from your Roth or traditional contributions, borrowing disrupts both. With Roth, you've already paid taxes when you contributed, but then you pay taxes again when you repay the loan. And with traditional TSPs, you defer taxes when contributing, but you're hit with taxes both when you repay the loan and when you withdraw in retirement. Either way, it's double taxation. And for all the tax nerds out there, TSP loan interest payments are not tax deductible. The next downside is potential of loan default. If you separate from the service with an unpaid loan balance, the remaining amount is treated as taxable distributions. Not only will you owe income taxes on that balance, but if you're under 59.5, you also get hit with a 10% early withdrawal penalty. And lastly, if you miss 60 days of payments, your loan will be foreclosed. That means you either have to repay the full amount immediately, or it's treated as a withdrawal and you pay the taxes and fees again. Let's put this into perspective with a real world example. Say you're an E6 and you take a $10,000 general loan. As of January 2025, the G-Fund interest rate is 4.25%. So you take a $10,000 loan with a $50 processing fee at a 4.25% interest rate, which is $218 annually in interest, and you have a 60-month repayment plan at $171 a month. So you are repaying yourself, which sounds great, but don't forget you're missing out on the growth of your TSP account, and you're paying back with already taxed dollars. So if you can imagine, some good reasons to borrow might be emergency car expenses, preventing evictions, or debt consolidation if obviously the interest rate is lower from the TSP. But some bad reasons to borrow might be to fund a vacation or to just buy something that you could have just saved up for instead. TSP loans are a convenient way to borrow from yourself, but they come with hidden costs like double taxation and missed investment growth. Make sure you're eligible, weigh the pros and cons, and only borrow when absolutely necessary. If you got value from this video so far, hit like and subscribe. And if you have questions about TSP loans or managing your savings, drop them in the comments or check out the description for additional resources. I'll see you in the next one.